Good morning everybody. Welcome to the video. My name is Samuel, and in this video I want to talk about evaluating which Python library is best suitable for performing bulk insert into Aurora PostgreSQL. So let me give you a little background of what this is about. So a couple of weeks back, or couple of rather months back, we started working on Aurora, right? And we essentially were doing some test and essentially inserting data into Aurora. That's when the curiosity sparked. Hey, there are these multiple libraries. PyCopg2, that's one library, and the second library is SqlAlchemy. So from that point, I started thinking, well, which one should I use, and which one is better, and which one is faster? I tried to Google a little bit, but there were no results available. Hence, I decided to write a code and perform benchmark test. And here are the results that is really gonna surprise you. So let me show you the results. So the Python library PyCopg2 library has two essentially methods to insert bulk data. That is execute batches, which essentially takes the query and the batch data, which is tuples. And the second method is insert many. So what do you think? Which one is better, right? So let me show you the results. So here you can see some of the benchmarking test results. So I essentially took a batch record of 100, 500, 1000, 10,000, 30,000 and 50,000, which means I'm trying to insert that many record in one go in Aurora PostgreSQL. So now this table right here essentially shows you for the time it took to essentially perform the bulk insert using the execute many method. This one right here shows you the time taken by the same library, that is PyCopg2, essentially using a method called execute batch. And here you can see there is a drastic difference between both the methods. From this, it is clearly evident from the graph, as I'm gonna show you. This graph clearly shows you that in the Python library PyCopg2, execute batch is the fastest. For some reason, as you can see, the execute many is very slow as the batch size increases. If you have a small data set, it's totally fine. But if your data increases, if you're trying to essentially insert a lot of record, this plays a pretty important role. Then the second thing that I want to show you is how much time it essentially took to insert the same data for 100, 500, 1000, 10,000, 30,000, and so on, for the library called SqlAlchemy. And here is the result. Now get ready. I'm gonna show you both of the libraries comparison side by side. That is PyCopg2 and SqlAlchemy. So let me show you both of them here. Here is the result. So as you can see clearly, SqlAlchemy is up. So if you compare the PyCopg2 execute many method versus SqlAlchemy, it's almost nearly 60 to 70% faster. And again, if you want to compare PyCopg2 and SqlAlchemy, that is execute batch and SqlAlchemy library, still SqlAlchemy is much more faster than PyCopg2 based on the test that I just showed you. Here is the graph of both of them, as you can see here. So the conclusion I'm trying to derive is SqlAlchemy should always be the primary option when working with Aurora PostgreSQL inserting bulk items into the database. As you saw from the test result, it is much more faster. Then the second thing that I want to say is basically when comparing to PyCopg2 execute many versus SqlAlchemy is almost 60 to 70% faster Comparing the batch size for 30,000 bulk insert, if you observe PyCopg2 library execute many, we found that it took about 1248 seconds, that is 1200 roughly seconds. But for the same execute batch, it took around 19.4 seconds. 1200, 19.4 seconds. And when done the same test on SqlAlchemy, it was done under 1.5 seconds. So you truly see a major difference while performing bulk insert. Now, I just wanted to let you know that, gonna share my screen. The entire Python code with the log file is available on my GitHub section, and if you observe, everything is mentioned step by step. Here you can see which Aurora instance was used for the demo. Here you can see we created the table, and here you can see the results. As you can see, everything is given on the GitHub section in a very nice way. Please do not hesitate to fork the repository and essentially perform this test by yourself and include your discoveries into this GitHub repository, so when people are viewing, they can see everything at one place. So the way to go is basically fork the repository, perform your testing and benchmarking, and once you get the result, please submit a merge request, and the merge request shall be accepted later on, and then you will be one of the authors on the GitHub repository. Thank you so much. I hope you got an amazing insight on which Python library to choose, right, and which one is faster. So again, the entire resources is in the description, and also the article on LinkedIn, the link to the LinkedIn article is also in the description section below. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some amazing insight which Python library to use and which one is faster. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.